our text. So we're going to go to File. Oops. We're going to go to File, Place. We go back to that folder, the image and text. We're going to place that Word doc there, the types of guitars. And we're going to place from margin to margin on this first page. I'm going to go ahead and change the columns on this. That is Command B for that text frames options. Command B. I'm going to go ahead and give it 2 columns. Maybe I'll give it, let's give it gutter width of 1/4 inch. Okay, so see how the text is flowing in here? Now here is the part where I show you how to flow text. So we're going to select, I'm going to click on this little plus sign right here in this text box. I'm going to zoom out and see next to my cursor there is some text in a little squared up corner. I'm going to go ahead and flow this text as well. And I'm going to do Command B. I'm going to make sure that is a 2 column. Let's just go and make the gutter the same. And you know, I can inset spacing. I'm just going to leave it like it is right now, but you know, take notice of all of those options. So the text that I have here is not set yet. Let me show you a few ways to do this. So to select one sentence, one word is 2 clicks, 1, 2. One sentence is 3 clicks, 1, 2, 3. To select all the text, all that's flowed, watch this. I'm going to do 5 clicks with my mouse or my trackpad here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Selects it all. See how that works? I'm going to go to Command T to pull up my character. And character style sheets are there. I don't think we did character style sheets before. I think this is just this 2 pages on this spread. I think we'll be fine just setting this up without character or paragraph styles. I'm just going to make sure I do need my paragraph because I may have to change some things there. I'm going to double that up. So I've got my character here and make sure you show your options. Okay, so now let's check the text that we're going to use here on our little note sheet. So all the text, all those fonts can be found at Adobe. Absolutely all of them. If you use a PC, they should work too. So the heading, we have a subheading, body copy. So let's go ahead and lay that in. So for the heading, the font is Voltage, and we're going to make it a PMS color. So we got to load that swatch first of 7510. So window, color, swatches. I'm going to add a new color swatch. There's CMYK. We're going to go down to Pantone Solid Coated. And I'm going to type in 7510, sort of a golden bronzy color. And I'm going to click that right there so it's ready to go. The other color we're going to use a lot is black. So it's mostly those 2 colors. If you want to clean out the rest, you can simply go to the corner on the little hamburger menu and go to Select All Unused. And we could clean that out if they bother you. But I have not used this one yet. I'm not ready to clean out that Pantone that I just put in there. I could also hold Shift and select all of these here that I don't want and hit the trash can with them. That's another thing I could do. And this is replace with black any of the ones, which we want to replace that Word document black with that one. So I'm going to go here to Adobe Garamond and we're going to make our everything. We'll just go ahead and make it all while we have it all selected with that Adobe Garamond regular. All right, so let's check what else it needs to be. It is, well, the heading is 4 points. Sorry about that. The body copy is Adobe Garamond black 85%. I'll just go ahead and make it all that and then do the little changes to the headings and the subheadings. So Adobe Garamond black 85% is the color. Size 10 points, leading 15 points. I'm going to size it 10 points, leading 15 points. And I'm just going to go ahead, everything's black. I'm just going to change it to a tint of 85% black and hit return. Okay, I'm going to select off of this and we have a start. Now we may have to work with some of our hard returns in there. So let's go over to the original. And if you notice, I'll pull a guide here. The text starts down at around 1 inch. So we're going to pull our text boxes. And if you notice, there is some text that is not in those text boxes, and we're going to pull that for a special treatment. All right, so I'm going to put a guide here at 1 inch. And I'm going to pull my text box down to that guide. And then if you notice on these spread pages here, I did not pull that guide over to the other pages. Okay, I'll just grab another one, line it up. It makes it easy to line it up. I'm going to select that text box as well. I need to double these up. All right, here we go. And I'm going to pull it down to that inch starting place too. Okay, so now let's move on to, we'll go ahead and pull this text out here. That's that voltage 24 point. And then we have this Adobe Garamond, just like the other 10 and 15 should work 85% color. So I'm going to pull this from the document. So I'm going to select that first line and the first heading in that first sentence. I'm going to hit Command X. I'm going to hit Delete to pull the text up completely. I'm going to create a new box. I just have my T-tool. I can create a box while I'm on my T-tool. I'm just going to go inside this margin right here and set it up. Hit Command V, and I'm going to hit Delete. I'm going to just put a few spaces there between the two, maybe like 2 spaces. And I'm going to select those first words, and I'm going to make them voltage. I have all my typefaces already set. Well, I spelled it wrong. There it is. You can type in the first few and it will turn to it. So I'm going to voltage. It is 24 points. And it is that swatch that we just made of that 7510. Very good. Okay, so now the guitars, it stays the same. I think it had a little more tracking in it. You can track it out just a little bit, make it look nice. And it is 85% as well. Just make sure that box is large enough to hold that first heading with a little description there. Now I have this subhead. Let's go see what subheads are. So the subhead font is Quattro Black, and it's in black, full black, size 12 points, leading 14 points, tracking 10 points. So I'm going to go to 12 points, 14 points. Let's make it, it already is black, but I'm going to make it that full color of black, 100%. And I tracked it out 10 points, so tracking of 10 points. And it's capped. If you look at the other ones, see how they're capped? Let me show you how to cap them. One quick way to cap them is while it's selected. I can go up here to this double T. Now we've done superscript before, there's underline. Let's pick the double T that makes it capped. And I have to pick Quattro, so it is not Quattro yet, but Quattro Black. Alrighty, so we have tracking, we have everything there. And is it lined up? We're going to check the other document here. And see how it's lined up. So we may move this first line up a little bit so it touches the top of that margin right there. All right, so once again, you can turn your margins and all your guides off and on by selecting in your tool palette the preview and the normal. Normal, preview, if you want to see what that looks like. So I have my acoustic guitars, and let's see what it looks like here. So I've got to pull this hard return out between after the heading. I don't need that. So I'm going to hit return, and I'm going to hit shift return for a soft return. So I did a shift return. Remember we learned before in the menu you can show those hidden characters if you want to see if you have hard returns or shift returns. One other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select this classical guitar here. Here's a quick way, a quick cheat. I'm going to use a ink. Where is my ink dropper? We're going to go to the ink dropper. It is eyedropper right here. Right, so you may have to select over if yours is on the color theme. I'm going to go to the eyedropper, and I can select this second heading, the classical guitars, and I could use that eyedropper to pull that same, we'll pull all the same specifications that are on that to this one. All right, so if you notice, all this text is running over the images. So that is where the important part is. That is exactly what we're going to do in the next video.